Hello, Cotuit fans, and welcome to a very special day for this organization. For those who don't know me yet, I'm Tim Crowley. I'll be the beat writer for Cotuit in 2021, joined by fellow intern Will Thompson as we get ready to announce your 2021 Cotuit Kettleers broadcasters. And with that, I'd like to welcome in Chris and Stephen Carey. Guys, first of all, congratulations. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Cotuit.
Thanks so much, Will. We're so excited to be part of the organization and so excited to finally have this announcement. It's been a couple of weeks and we are so ready to get up to Cotuit and so happy to share this moment with y'all. Same sentiments on my part. I'm so excited to get up to the Cape, get to watch some of the best baseball in America this summer. And unfortunately with the pandemic, it didn't go the way everybody wanted to last summer, but we're really looking forward to collaborating with you guys and everybody else to bring all the Kets content to the fans.
So let's dive right in and give this community a chance to get to know the voices that they're going to hear throughout the summer beginning in 2021. And let's start with the fact that when it comes to your family, broadcasting is nothing new. And kind of tell me what that impact has been like for you guys and how excited you are to get to continue this legacy.
Steph, you can get this one. Yeah, well, for me, it's a little bit different than for Chris. So for those who don't know, our father is the TV announcer for the Atlanta Braves. We would be the fourth generation broadcasters in our family. My great grandfather is Harry Carey, the voice of the Chicago Cubs that people may know. Chris is actually Harry Carey the fourth, so I'm surprised I'm answering this question. But that impact obviously kind of has given us the route that we wanted to take. For me, finding broadcasting was a little bit later than it was for Chris. I was an athlete. I played college lacrosse before transferring to the University of Georgia. And I mean, it's just something that is really exciting. The prospect of not only being fourth generation broadcasters, but identical twin brothers in the booth together. It's really exciting. We haven't really done anything this high level yet. So bringing our brand of broadcasting to the Cape is something that we're beyond excited for.
So you guys are currently in your junior year at the University of Georgia. So can either of you guys walk us through what your coverage looks like at Georgia and what's some of the work you guys have done so far in your collegiate careers?
So to start it all off, I actually transferred. We both transferred, and I transferred from a school in South Georgia, and then got to the University of Georgia with a very open mind and high hopes. And I've exceeded my own expectations about this school. My dad went to Georgia, and back then there was no real presence of student broadcasters. And the University of Georgia is on the uptrend for that. I'm the sports director of the local radio station here. We've actually created with another partner of ours that's headed to the Cape for another team, so look out for him, our own radio network. So we're doing local high school sports. We've covered Georgia softball, Georgia women's basketball. We're slated to cover Georgia hockey in the spring, and we've done Georgia lacrosse as well. So we've had a lot of broadcasting presence that hasn't existed there since my dad went there and covered 3 games in his collegiate career, and Ernie Johnson when he went to the University of Georgia. But we're always continuing to improve and adapt and improvise to whatever we need to do. And the University of Georgia has given us the tools to do so.
Now we'll hear plenty of you guys for baseball next summer, but you mentioned a couple of them. Do you have other favorite sports to call, and do you call those games together? And what's it like to be in the booth as twins?
Well, I have a very different perspective on this particular question. Being brothers, we hold each other to really high standards, more so than probably with working with other people. At times, we want to pull each other's hair out. At times, we're the most supportive people that the other will ever find because we want each other to succeed almost more than we want ourselves to succeed. It's really interesting that you ask about our favorite sports. Like I mentioned, I was a lacrosse player. I loved playing the game. Calling the game's a little bit different, but recently we've started doing high school football a lot. Football, obviously, in the South is a huge cultural thing. So getting in the stadiums and calling those games for high school athletes has been really, really enjoyable. And we did quite a bit of basketball despite the pandemic this summer. So basketball's fun because the high speed, the pace, it's a lot easier to call than a game that's slower that you have to fill airtime with when there's no action.
I should say.
So, so finally, before we get into the fun stuff, what can the Cotuit community expect from you guys when you're calling games next summer?
To make it one word, I think humility, teamwork. We didn't realize how big of a deal the Cape was until we got the call from Leah Ridpath, Roy Reese, and figured that we weren't going to be a shoo-in. I mean, these are some of the greatest broadcasters in college in the country. And with our minimal broadcast presence at the University of Georgia, we've always known that we were capable. And it's now being thankful and understanding that, yes, we do belong, but you're going to get people that work really, really hard, that have a lot of fun, people that truly enjoy the craft of broadcasting and the grind, and people that are embracing not just a winning team, but a winning community. And I think that that's incredibly important for us to realize, both hailing from a small town ourselves, understanding that blue collar nature, the beautiful vacation spots of the Cape, but understanding that this is a way of life for the people. And we're going to try and make it even better than it ever has been in Cotuit in the Village.
So with that out of the way, let's get into a couple fun questions as we get to continue to know you guys. First question, as twins, it had to happen to someone. Who was born first?
Chris was born first. So that's the firstborn son. I have an older sister. Got the name, so he's Harry Carey the fourth. My name's more random than the other, but he was born actually 17 minutes before me, so it was a little bit different for identical twins, but I still call him my little brother because I'm taller than him.
Fair point. So for both of you guys, what is your favorite sports moment you can remember growing up? It could be any sport, but what's your favorite sports moment when you think back to growing up? What's your favorite one?
Wow, you put me on the spot here. That's a good question. Probably should have prepared better for it. I don't know if I have one specific sports moment. I think there was some beauty and magic in the Chicago Cubs winning the 2016 World Series. We were up there in 2016. My dad was doing some pregame, postgame stuff for a station there, and he spent a long amount of his career in Chicago. So seeing them win and break the curse was great. And then we went back and did some promotional stuff in Chicago as us too, and that's really how we got our start. So that would be one that I think that really hits home for me. And then Steph, yours may well be when you were playing on the field.
It might be. I think a lot of my favorite sports moments come out of spite. So I am a rabid Georgia Bulldog football fan, and with that comes an innate disdain for the Florida Gators. So more recently, probably when Texas A&M beat Florida, it pretty much an inconsequential win for the Aggies, and not really any loss of substance for the Gators, but just seeing them lose makes me happy. So that's probably what I was gonna say. Either that or scoring my first college goal against another team that was recruiting me was really something special.
So for each of you guys, what is your favorite thing about your twin, and what is your least favorite thing about your twin?
Oh man, I'm gonna have.
Oh boy. My favorite thing about Stefan is his comedic timing, I would say. He's probably the funniest person I've ever met in my life, and his jokes are very, very complex and layered. So he's the type of guy in the room that is going to break you down in a bunch of jokes and figure it out. And he's the type of guy that's going to have a massive personality and give it to you. My least favorite thing about Stefan is he'll spend about 45 minutes looking for something that's literally right in front of him. So don't ask him to look for anything anywhere close to him. I mean, even if it's his own zipper, he won't be able to find it. It's just he's oblivious to that point. So that would be what I would say.
It's true. I'm really bad at looking for things. Man, you're really putting me on the spot for this question. I have to say, I think my favorite thing about my brother is he's constantly trying to be better at all facets of his life, his career. He's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. He's in service of other people all the time without usually considering his own feelings. And that's something that I think everybody can learn from, especially me. He's very selfless, is that aspect. But with that comes probably my least favorite thing about him. With his selflessness, he tries to guide me in a certain direction and watch me and push me in a direction that he feels is best. And we often have disagreements about the artistic process of broadcasting and our approaches to life in general. So I think my least favorite thing is him caring too much about me. It's a unique dynamic, that's for sure.
Now, my last question before we start to wrap this up and really start to look forward to next year is, you guys are coming from Georgia, you're coming from the South, and your linguistics are going to totally change. Are you ready to trade in the y'alls for the Boston accents? You know, there's a lot of lobster rolls around Cotuit, and people are going to know if they don't hear lobster, they're going to know that there's something else. You know, is your Boston accent ready to go?
I'll just say one thing. My Boston accent is wicked good, bro.
Yeah, I have lived with a couple people from the Northeast, especially playing lacrosse, people from Long Island, people from Mass. And I think I like that version of language a whole lot more. It's a lot more straightforward, a lot more direct. Whereas in the South, there's a lot more formalities in speech. My dad's from St. Louis, Missouri. So there's that sort of Midwestern, not accent, but kind of approach to language. But yeah, I'm really excited to kind of immerse myself in the culture of the Cape. And I think we can maybe bring a little bit of Southern hospitality with us.
Well, I'm looking forward to that, guys, and I appreciate you joining us on this type of forum before we move to next summer. And my little 5'7" self is going to have to look up to all these power forwards that I'm going to be joined by. You know, we have 6'6" Will, and I've heard both Carey boys are certainly in that area as well.
Yes, yeah, we are. But thanks so much for having us, guys. I don't know if you have anything else left to say, Steph, but I would just say we are so humbled and thankful for the opportunity. You know, after lots of prayer and consideration with our family, professors, everything, I think that we've developed a little bit more of an understanding that we belong in the Cape, and we're going to be, you know, going, I won't say head to head because it's not a competition, but we are going toe to toe with some of the best media people, college age students in the world. And we're ready to showcase our talents, and hopefully Cotuit by the end of this will grapple onto us, buy into us, and support us in the future like we will accept Cotuit with open arms.
Excited for the opportunity, guys. Just can't wait for summer 2021. I think it's going to be an excellent time for all of us to hone our crafts and watch some really good baseball, which is what it really boils down to. And we all grew up big baseball fans. I'm assuming for you guys, this is as good as you're going to find outside of the major leagues. These guys are going to be major league prospects. And I think with that type of mentality, seeing those level caliber of players, it's going to inspire us to try and chase what we want to and feel like we're kind of on the way to being professionals as well. So it's going to lend itself well to our internship, our process, and our collaboration going forward.
Really well said, guys. I'm really excited to work with you. So that'll do it for us. Cotuit, you have your broadcasters for the 2021 season. Get to know these guys. They're going to be with you all summer long next summer. That'll do it for us. For Chris, for Stefan, for Will Thompson, I'm Tim Crowley. Cotuit, we'll see you real soon.